At some point in life, everyone experiences the pain of being separated from people they love. Whether it's through death, distance, or simply drifting apart, these separations can be incredibly difficult to deal with. However, there is an important lesson to be learned from these experiences. Sometimes God removes people from our lives for a reason. It may be hard to accept, but letting go of relationships that no longer serve us is essential for our growth and happiness. Before we go on, if this is your first time coming across this channel, do well to subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell. When God removes people from our lives, it can be easy to fall into pain and sadness. We may feel lost, alone and rejected, wondering why this person was taken away from us. However, it's important to remember that God has a plan for each of us, and sometimes that plan involves removing toxic or negative influences from our lives. These separations may be painful, but they ultimately allow us to grow and become the best versions of ourselves. Letting go of people who no longer bring positivity and joy into our lives can be a freeing experience. It's a chance to focus on ourselves and our own well-being, rather than constantly trying to please others or fit into their expectations. By releasing these relationships, we create space for new, more fulfilling connections to come into our lives. We open ourselves up to new opportunities and experiences that may not have been possible if we had held on to unhealthy relationships. God removes people from our lives for a variety of reasons. It could be that the person is holding us back from reaching our full potential, or that they are not meant to be a part of our journey. It could be that the relationship has run its course and it's time for both parties to move on. Whatever the reason, it's important to trust in God's plan. So ensure you watch this video to the end and have faith that everything happens for a reason. When God removes people from our lives, it's a reminder that we are not in control of everything. We may not understand why certain relationships end or why certain people are taken away from us, but we must trust that God has a greater purpose in mind. He loves us so much, and He doesn't want to lose us with that precious to God. And when we understand everything happens for a reason, it is easier to learn lessons from our experiences. For example, that person may have left because of something you said. Now you can learn to better control your tongue. That person may have left because of what you did to him. And now you're gonna learn how to control yourself, or how to respond better to people other than react. So when God removes someone from your life, don't chase after them, because we might not know what the future holds, but we know who holds the future. So we need to trust in God's plan and trust that everything that happens, everyone that walks in or out of our lives, is for a reason. And when they do leave, remember they just played the role for a season, and know the reason why they are there. Because not everyone deserves to be held unto. Not everyone deserves to be attached to. In these moments of doubtfulness and pain, it's important to turn to our faith and rely on God's direction to help us navigate through these changes. Letting go of relationships that no longer serve us as a sign of strength and flexibility. It takes courage to release someone from our lives, especially if we have grown attached to them. However, by accepting that this person is no longer helpful to us, we are setting boundaries and organizing our own well-being. We are choosing to put ourselves first and surround ourselves with positive influences that inspire us. When God removes people from our lives, it's an opportunity for self-reflection and personal growth. We can use these experiences as a chance to judge the relationships in our lives and make conscious choices about who we want to keep close to us. It's a chance to learn from our past experiences and use them as lessons for future relationships. By letting go of toxic or negative influences, we are creating space for healthier, more fulfilling connections to blossom. Ultimately, when God removes people from your lives, it's a test of faith and trust. It's a reminder that you are not alone, and that God has a plan for you that is greater than you can imagine. It's a chance for you to lean into your faith and surrender control, knowing that everything will work out in the end. By letting go of relationships that no longer serve you, you are making room for God's blessings and opportunities to enter your lives. This is God's message for you today. As He removes people from our lives, it's important to let them go with grace and acceptance. It may be painful, but it's a necessary step towards personal growth and healing. By trusting in God's plan and having faith that everything happens for a reason, you can move forward with hope and optimism. Letting go of relationships that no longer serve you is a sign of strength and flexibility, and opens us up to new, more fulfilling connections. So when God removes people from your life, let them go with respect for the lessons they taught you, and trust that better things are on the range. Accepting this reality can help ease the pain of separation. It may be part of a larger plan for your personal growth and development. Practice forgiveness and release any negative emotions associated with the departure of these individuals. Accept the changes that come with letting go of certain people, and trust that new connections will come into your life when the time is right. Remember that letting go is a process, and it's okay to take your time to heal and adjust to the changes. Surround yourself with supportive friends and loved ones who can provide comfort and encouragement during this time. As we conclude this powerful message, let's remember the words we've heard and the spirit we've shared. May the message of love, hope and faith continue to resonate within us, guiding our steps and uplifting our hearts. Let's carry this light forward, spreading kindness, compassion and understanding wherever we go. Thank you for joining us in this journey of faith. Together, let's continue to shine brightly, reflecting the boundless love of the divine in all we do. Until we meet again, may God's blessings be with you always. Amen.